Well, in a week, Ring of Honor, even if it's only for a limited time, will go back to iPay-per-view. This time via Ustream. Why? Because the first of their two-week iPay-per-view events in working relations with New Japan Pro Wrestling will kick off. I'm of course talking about Global Wars. Global Wars takes place this Saturday from the Ted Reeve Arena in Toronto. This is bound to have some of the best stars from ROH and New Japan to go at it. How this will turn out, I don't know. We've got 8 matches up on the board. The deal is half the card is for New Japan Pro Wrestling, the other half of the card for Ring of Honor. So let's do this. First half of the card will primarily be the New Japan guys, I'll bet. Hiroshi Tanahashi, IWGP Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion Hiroshi Tanahashi, and New Japan Pro Wrestling Light Junior Heavyweight legend Jushin Thunder Liger to team up with 2 members of the Chaos faction, Jado and Shinsuke Nakamura. Tanahashi and Liger can work with just about anybody, in my opinion. But when you're going up against the Chaos faction, you better be well prepared to bring your A game. And with that said, I'm going to say Chaos wins this one. Next up, faction against faction in a tag match. The Bullet Club against Chaos. Representing the Bullet Club, we have Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, challenging going 2-on-2 against Gedo and IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada. Now Okada's will have his hands full the week after when he faces Unbreakable Michael Elgin for that title at War of the Worlds, and when he defends against Michael Elgin at War of the Worlds. But how's this match going to play out? I'd say give this one to the Bullet Club. There's strength in numbers, and the Bullet Club has got that. Numbers. Got just that. The numbers game. Next up, Takai Watanabe versus Unbreakable Michael Elgin. This is more or less a warm-up for the IWGP title match the following week. So I'm going to say Elgin wins this one. He'll need a lot of momentum going into the Hammerstein on May 17th. Next up, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title match. Your champions, the Young Bucks, defend against the Time Splitters. Your champions, the Young Bucks, Nick and Mac Jackson, take on the Forever Hooligans, Alex Kozlov and Rocky Camaro, and the Time Splitters, Alex Shelley and Kushida. This will be Shelley's first appearance in Ring of Honor since 2010, when he and Sabin briefly showed up to challenge the Kings of Wrestling at Supercard of Honor 5 for the tag titles. Now, who comes out on top in this one? I'm not sure. I would have to say Young Bucks win this one. Only for the sake of continuity, because once this little deal is over between ROH and New Japan, they go back on the Bucks go back on the road. And they've already got 3 different independent circuit world tag team titles on their waists. New Japan IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles, the current Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Tag Team Champions, and they're the current Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champs. And the week after Global Wars, they got to defend the Ring of Honor titles against Red Dragon. Nonetheless, Bucks retain the IWGP Tag titles. Next up, 4-corner survival match. Now for the Ring of Honor card, half of the card. Cedric Alexander against Roderick Strong, decade banned from ringside. This is where either Roderick shows that he doesn't need Whitmer and Jacobs to stick their nose in his matches constantly, or Cedric Alexander finally manages to put a few cracks in the glass ceiling and work his way up the ladder to a potential title shot. Alright. Though I still think they never should have split up the CNC Wrestle Factory. My pick, Cedric Alexander wins this one. Moving on. Three-way tag team match. Red Dragon, the #1 contenders, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, to take on the Briscoes, Jay and Mark, who ironically enough the week after this, after Global Wars, are going to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Take on the Decade, consisting of Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer with Tadarius Thomas in their corner. Why did they choose to break up Adrenaline Rush? That didn't make sense to me. With that said, I'm going to say Red Dragon wins. They need the momentum going into War of the Worlds. And when they get to War of the Worlds, fight the Young Bucks and become 3-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. ACH against Michael Bennett. Bennett wins. Maria's going to provide some form of distraction. Plus, he's part of Adam Cole's empire, so don't expect Bennett to lose this one. Four-corner survival match. The first ever 2-time Ring of Honor World TV Champion, Jay Lethal, defending against the last real man in wrestling, Silas Young. Matt Taven, the Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa. Lethal is pretty much boxed into a corner. Young doesn't really give two shits about anybody. Ciampa wants to get his hands on Lethal for cheating him out of the title, and Taven wants his hands on Martini. It's going to go down to Lethal and Ciampa again, and I'm going to say Lethal steals another victory. Though I won't be surprised if Taven gets to the final two and is screwed out of it by Martini. As far as I'm concerned, the whore of Hoopla deserves death, needs to die. Bottom line, get rid of Truth Martini. He is a pest, an asshole, a dick, a megalomaniac, and a fuck-faced moron. Ron, who deserves to get the pink slip. But either way, Lethal sneaks out with the title. It's too soon to take it off him. I say have him drop it at, I don't know. No, they're not going to be dumb enough to do it at Final Battle. Do it like they did with last year's title run, with Matt Taven's title run last year, and have him hold it from the 11th anniversary show to Final Battle. I say have him drop it at, say, Best in the World, Death Before Dishonor, or even Glory by Honor. Glory by Honor at the latest. Have Lethal drop it. Finally, main event. Champion at ROH World Heavyweight Champion Adam Cole to defend against Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen. 2 years ago at this very event, in the Ted Reeve, Mr. Wrestling defeated Davey Richards to win the Ring of Honor World title. In a matchup where if he lost, he would never get another title shot as long as Davey was the champion. And the package pile driver was allowed that night, as well as every other variation of the pile driver. Will Kevin Steen put an end to a near 7-month title reign, Adam Cole's reign of arrogance that has lasted 7+ months now? Because the winner of this match might not have the title for long. Why? Because whoever wins this At War of the Worlds, they gotta defend the title against Jushin Thunder Liger when ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling talents collide against and battle each other, or in an event of all interpromotional matches. You can catch the show live on Ustream. My pick to win, and I am hoping I get this one right. If they can keep Matt the Empire of Hardy, Kanellis, and Bennett away from ringside, and for that matter, keep Outlaw Inc. out of the match, Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Steen, to win and become the second ever two-time Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. That is my opinion. If I'm wrong, I don't care. Because we know sooner or later Cole will drop it. At the latest, he's going to drop it to Michael Elgin at Best in the World. The soonest, this Saturday night. That's all I'm going to say for that. I'm out of here. Peace.